Chelsea's emphatic 5-0 triumph over Morecambe in the FA Cup was a performance brimming with control, creativity, and dominance, as the Premier League heavyweights made light work of their League Two opponents. It was a night where Chelsea's superiority was evident from the first whistle to the last, with the gulf in class showcased through a blend of composed defending, inventive midfield play, and clinical finishing. From the outset, Chelsea seized control of the game, pinning Morecambe deep into their own half. The midfield trio of João Felix, Renato Veiga, and Cesare Casade demonstrated perfect cohesion, with Veiga acting as the deep-lying orchestrator, dictating play with crisp passes and clever positional awareness. João Felix, meanwhile, floated effortlessly between the lines, pulling Morecambe defenders out of position with his movement and eye for a pass. The first goal, which came in the 39th minute, was a moment of individual brilliance from Tosin Adarabioyo. Chelsea had been probing patiently, moving the ball around with purpose but finding Morecambe's defensive block difficult to penetrate. That was until Adarabioyo, stepping forward from defense, unleashed a thunderbolt from 25 yards. The ball rocketed past Harry Burgoyne, who could do nothing but watch it crash into the bottom corner. Stamford Bridge erupted, and Chelsea's dominance finally had its reward. Despite the narrow halftime lead, it was clear that Morecambe would struggle to hold on. Pochettino's halftime substitutions brought added intensity to Chelsea's play, with Jadon Sancho and Malo Gusto injecting fresh legs and more attacking threat. It didn't take long for the changes to pay dividends. In the 50th minute, Christopher Nkunku made it 2-0, latching onto João Felix's perfectly weighted through ball. Nkunku's composure was remarkable as he rounded Burgoyne before coolly slotting home, a moment that demonstrated the Frenchman's quality in front of goal. The floodgates began to open after that. Chelsea's third came from another set-piece masterclass. A corner whipped in by Pedro Neto found Adarabioyo, who rose unchallenged to power a header into the top corner. It was a commanding goal that underlined Adarabioyo's complete performance at both ends of the pitch. Morecambe, to their credit, attempted to mount a response. Harvey McAdam and Michael Mellon worked tirelessly to create opportunities on the break, but Chelsea's defensive line, marshalled expertly by Adarabioyo and Axel Disasi, snuffed out any hint of danger. On the rare occasions Morecambe broke free, Malo Gusto and Marc Cucurella were quick to recover, ensuring Chelsea's clean sheet was never in doubt. The final 15 minutes of the match belonged entirely to João Felix. The Portuguese star, who had already assisted Nkunku's goal, stepped up with two stunning strikes to put the game well beyond reach. His first, in the 75th minute, came after a dazzling solo run. Picking up the ball just outside the box, Felix slalomed past two defenders before firing low into the bottom corner. Moments later, he added his second and Chelsea's fifth. After a neat interplay with Cucurella, Felix curled a sumptuous effort into the top corner, leaving Burgoyne rooted to the spot. As the game wound down, Chelsea's dominance remained absolute. They finished with over 80% possession and 21 shots to Morecambe's 3, highlighting the one-sided nature of the contest. Pochettino used the final minutes to give younger players a taste of FA Cup action, with academy graduates entering the fray and showcasing the depth of Chelsea's talent pipeline. The final whistle was met with a roar of approval from the Stamford Bridge faithful. Chelsea's fans had been treated to an exhibition of attacking football, and their team's relentless display left no doubt about their ambitions in the competition. While the result was expected, it was the manner of the victory that stood out. Every player on the pitch contributed, and Chelsea's bench proved just as impactful. For Morecambe, the night served as a reminder of the challenges of facing top-flight opposition, but their supporters stayed vocal throughout, applauding their team's effort and determination. Manager Derek Adams spoke post-match of the pride he felt in his players, despite the heavy defeat. Chelsea's progression to the next round was never in doubt, but the style and conviction with which they achieved it will give Pochettino plenty of confidence as his side juggles multiple competitions. With players like Felix and Nkunku firing on all cylinders, and squad players like Adarabioyo stepping up with standout performances, Chelsea look like a team capable of making deep runs in every tournament they're part of this season. The road ahead in the FA Cup may hold tougher challenges, but on this evidence, Chelsea will take some stopping. Stamford Bridge was alight with optimism as fans left the stadium, dreaming of more nights like this one, and perhaps, silverware at the end of the journey.